Personal story segment tonight, the Black Lives Matter movement. As you may know, they are disrupting political events by confronting candidates in both parties over perceived white supremacy. Now, it's hard to tell what the end game is here, but from what I've seen, the Black Lives Matter crew is really about money, reparations for past injustice. Earlier this week, our pal, Dr. Cornel West, very sympathetic to Black Lives Matter, talked with me about race. All right, Professor, I want you to react to something Thomas Sowell wrote. You know him, right?
Oh, indeed.
African-American syndicated columnist.
Sophisticated economist.
He says, quote, "A salute to Bill O'Reilly for being one of the few people in the media to talk plain common sense about the disintegration of the black family and the resulting social problems that follow." So I want you guys in the Black Lives Matter movement to join me. All right. Instead of directing your ire toward the larger societal problem of African Americans, let's get into the family fabric first, try to solve that, and then go back to the other thing. You on board?
Well, I say no. We do have to begin with the system. Certainly, the internal challenge of black self-love, black self-respect, of sustaining a family, sustaining community, with jobs, with a living wage, with decent housing, with quality education. But you can't overlook the vicious legacy of white supremacy, though, Brother Bill. You know that it's coming at.
See, I don't buy that. You know I don't buy it. The white supremacy movement.
The legacy of it, I'm talking about.
Well, look, I mean,
the legacy of white supremacy.
Irish have legacy.
The arbitrary.
You can do that with every race.
No.
With every color.
We had a civil war over white supremacy. We didn't have a civil war over Irish brothers and sisters.
The Irish were brutalized by the British, and to this day, that resonates. But we have to look forward. Now, are you a socialist? Are you like Bernie Sanders? You're a socialist? You want the government to basically seize assets and to redistribute? Is that what you want?
Well, I am a revolutionary Christian who looks at the world through the vantage point of the weak and the vulnerable. So it's not a matter of isms. I want to make sure each person made in the image of God is able to live a life of decency and dignity.
But that takes resources to do.
You can't do it when 40% of your children are living in poverty.
Okay.
That's for black and brown. 22% of all children, no matter what color, living in poverty. Yes, we've got to eliminate poverty.
All right. So by elimination of poverty, you want to take from those who have and then give to those who have not, correct?
Well, there's
is
already
that correct or not, Professor?
No, we got to put it in context. There's already been a redistribution of wealth from poor and working people.
All right.
To
So
the
this is just justice.
So no, we want to make sure that
from me, and I'm totally innocent about the historical stuff. I'm totally innocent. You want to take my stuff and give it to other people because of what may have happened in the historical past.
The government's already taken from you in terms of taxes.
Yeah, they take a lot.
54% of every dollar goes to the military rather than to quality education, quality jobs, and so forth.
Live in a dangerous world, and we have to protect all people.
But we don't need 54% of every dollar.
Oh, that's what you say, but I see danger almost
everywhere. You know about the waste. You talk about the waste.
I hate the waste.
Absolutely.
I hate the waste.
We agree on that in that regard.
You like Cuba? You like that system over there?
No, Cuba's too authoritarian.
Okay.
But I heard you say the other day, when you talked about Brother Bernie Sanders, where you said he wants to take your house away and leave you with the flag.
Right.
And I said, that sounds like 2008 in terms of the financial catastrophe and the capitalist greed on Wall Street.
Hey, I hate capitalistic greed. I don't like it. But Bernie is a socialist. You don't admit to being one, but I know you are.
I am a democratic socialist, but my first identity is revolutionary Christian who looks at the world through the eyes of the poor and working class. That's the crucial thing.
I want to help the poor and working class.
But Bernie is certainly my dear brother and a comrade, and that's it. You want to help the working class after it trickle downs with the 1%.
No. I want a dual process of a fair economic system. I'm for the raising of the minimum wage, but personal responsibility has to be taught.
Personal responsibility, very important.
That's right. You can't continue to have 75% of black babies being born out of wedlock.
35% of white babies out of wedlock.
That doesn't matter. You're deflecting. You're deflecting the big problem.
No, I'm talking about it's a systemic problem. But if all you want to talk about,
not all,
personal responsibility and family, but you started the dialogue with Brother Soul. Personal responsibility.
That's right.
Family. You say, wait a minute. You got 1% of the population have 42% of the wealth. They used to have 20%. And that's a redistribution of wealth upward. As
African Americans become more educated and become more sophisticated in the marketplace, that gap will shrink. You forcing it to shrink will never work. It never has worked.
Well, what evidence?
Last word.
What evidence do you have in terms of the free market functioning in such a way that inequality is reduced?
Because
we don't have evidence for that.
The poor in America live better than most other middle class in the world.
The history of the Irish brothers and sisters in America is what? Tied to the public sphere, policemen, firemen, moving into mayorship, moving into politics through public
and I want
fear
that
and
for
pressure.
African Americans too.
But it wasn't free market. It wasn't free market.
Sure it was. It was education. It was family structure. It was a sense of responsibility. And that's how the Irish American moved up. Last word.
But you still got Irish brothers and sisters living in poverty.
We had
locked into the working class.
Look, in the Bible, the poor will always be with us.
What Jesus said is, what you do for the least of these, you do for me.
That's right, and we all try to do what we can. Always a pleasure to talk with you, Professor. Nice to see you.
Stay strong.
Okay.
Good kid. Okay.
We come right back.